let's give a even warmer round of applause to D. Sridhar Babu, the Minister for IT, Electronics and Communication, Industries and Commerce, as well as Legislative Affairs of the Government of Telangana, a veteran, and we're delighted, sir, to have you on this platform to talk about not only Hyderabad as a hub that can be the next economic growth hub that's there, but also looking at Telangana and some of the big things you're doing. Let's start with this thing about the competition between Hyderabad and Bangalore, if you'd like to. Right? When KCR was there, KTR was the, I think, IT minister, and he said, we've overtaken Bangalore and we are now the Silicon Valley of India. What have you done? Are you anywhere close to to that boast? How does it stand, and what is the big difference Hyderabad has when it compared to Bangalore? What are the advantages? What are the advantages you want to build now as IT minister?
Thank you, Raj Singappa. In fact, it's a pleasure being here this conclave. We're all South Indian.
Okay.
Proud to say that as we contribute a lot much to our nation's GDP. And in fact, coming back to your question, I would like to really mention, we are not competing with our neighboring states. We would like to see our nation grow. And ultimately, we stand in the midst of the healthy competitions what we have with our neighboring states like Karnataka or Tamil Nadu or Kerala or Andhra Pradesh. The best examples or best expertise, what they have, we try to imbibe in it, try to become more vibrant, more stronger in terms of our industry, especially when it comes to IT. Definitely we appreciate the early entrant to this information technology. We would love to give the credence to the Karnataka. Bangalore has an early entrant and made its way. But when in 1992, I'm proud to say that when Rajiv Gandhi's thinking of technology, how the next generation will be dependent on the technology itself. Later, when it had come down to P.V. Narasimha Rao, when he made a dent in terms of making all states sensitive, how technology will reap the new benefits. And in 1992, when we were in the government then, we started innings in this information technology. The software technology park, when we have laid the foundation then in 1992, 3 decades have been passed. In these 3 decades of our journey, we were being consistent enough to say that even though, regimes changed, the ideologically different party regimes have come, the spirit of Telangana people to see that the Telangana has to grow in terms of providing the best technological experts. We were there in 90s, later some other government had come, and later we had come. And again...
And that's what I wanted to ask you, is what is the difference? Karnataka has certain, say, advantages. What is it that you think the areas that you could focus on and get that competitive advantage? Which are the 3 or 4 areas you think Hyderabad could compete with Karnataka?
Yes. Here we would like to say, this cutting-edge technologies and the recent advent of the artificial intelligence coming into being. This is where we would like to take advantage of this, the cutting-edge technologies, and move forward. And this is the time where we have to act very fast and seeing the demands and whatever the global requirements are there. And the ecosystem, what we have built for the past 3 decades, we have to reskill and upskill those faculties and see that we are the leaders in AI. And we got this opportunity and we will thrive on it and we will be moving forward. And we would be the top players in India, and also at the global level, we would come up with the niche products of AI.
Like what? Cyber security? Sorry? Which are the niche products?
like in AI products or in cyber security or in the data analytics or tomorrow's quantum computing. So we have the centers of excellence over here. We create that sort of ecosystem where the innovation takes place, where the startups, we try to really encourage them to move forward, and the research and development, which is most important and the core. We are putting all our energies into it. And in terms of building that ecosystem, our government, after we formed the government, we are trying to build a AI completely dedicated city where we will host R&D, we will host innovation, where we will host startups, and we will invite all the big companies over there to have their product companies.
Which stage is that now, this AI city that you're talking about?
This AI city, we are coming up with a 200-acre campus, very near to our international airport. And we have very good infrastructure facilities now trying to build.
It's all set up, or is it ready already?
No, we are going to do the groundbreaking in December.
Okay, and when do you think it'll?
Maybe in a year's time.
Okay.
And in the meanwhile, the temporary campus,
right,
where we will be having this AI innovation hub, will be in the midst of the city, where the people will have access, and people who are into this AI would come and put their innovation into that, and their knowledge would be used, and that will create a great platform for them to build the products. That's what, and the similar site of systems what we have, like we have, institutions like the T-Work, V-Hub, and the T-Hub.
Wow.
These are all institutions where we try to build and see that the ecosystem is there, consistent all the time. So technology is abreast in terms of we absorbing our students. And secondly, what we have planning to do over the past 2 years is to create and build the talent. How do we build the talent?
Right.
That's more important. In all verticals of industry, I'm also industry minister. So anybody to come to Hyderabad or come to our state of Telangana would literally will see if the talent is available. Why people have come down to Hyderabad or to some part of our India? Because the talent was there. Now we have to build the great talent in the cutting edge technologies. That's how, every year we graduate, or all our universities and college graduates, about 2 lakh people.
In Telangana?
Only in Telangana.
Right.
Until and unless they are well advanced in these cutting edge technologies, they will be redundant. For them, we found that over a period of all these years, when there was a gap between industry and academia, we have to bridge the gap. The skill gap is there. So in order to fill that gap, we, on behalf of government, have come up with Young India Skills University. Not only in terms of, specific IT related, but in all 33 to 34 verticals of industry, we would like to give the talent to the industry. Many people graduate.
Correct.
And the industry needs people for their own consumption. But, all these graduates may not be getting the jobs.
Right.
Whatever the industry requires, we would like to produce the talent. So in order to bridge the talent, we are coming up with an India Skills University. And under the statute, we brought in a legislation, and the university is in progress. Right now, university is trying to having the admissions, and it's absolutely industry driven. And we have made ourselves very clear. Government will never have much role in running this institution.
Excellent.
It will be industry driven, and the present chairman of that university is Anand Mahindra. So that, industry will have that trust and faith in that university.
In fact, that's exactly what we were talking about in one of our sessions.
Yeah.
If private industry steps in, the skilling gets better in that sense, because they'll tailor to their needs. I want to talk about another aspect, which is semiconductors. And there are a whole lot of units being set up across the country. Telangana has some of them. What has been your experience on that in terms of Government of India supporting you all? Government of India is supposed to be giving 50% of that for anyone who's setting up in their states.
Yes, rightly asked, Mr. Raj. Here we would like to say that semiconductor is an area for tomorrow's world. And I am proud to say that all the major semiconductor design companies is there in Hyderabad, in our Telangana. When ISM, Indian Semiconductors Mission, by the central government, as a policy has been brought in, we were so happy that, this ecosystem can be built more stronger. But we have realized, even though we have the design companies over here, and many people are willing to keep coming up to put their chip manufacturing, I feel that not much of encouragement is being given by the central government.
Wow. Really?
Because ISM gives about 50% incentives for the people to produce the chips. And we're not disheartened if the chip manufacturing is gone to different states. It's in India. But the same momentum or the same ecosystem what we have, much more momentum or much more ecosystem what we have in Hyderabad is not being considered.
Are you saying that the central government is discriminating against an opposition government in Telangana and not giving you in a very critical area that we want to build our capability, that they are favoring other states to the detriment of Telangana? Am I right in summing up? That's
Yes,
what
sometimes something like that, basically. But we are not pessimistic, we are optimistic people. Central government will come maybe in times to come, maybe in the next tranche of the companies who make an application. They may try to encourage us, and that's how we were persistent in our demand and request and representation, which was being made by our Honorable Chief Minister, Mr. Revant Reddy, and myself, many a time to the central government.
Let's pin this thing down. Were there any companies that initially were interested in investing in Telangana, but suddenly you found that they were going to other states despite having these advantages?
Yes, there are a couple of companies which initially they have shown interest in 2022. And in recent times, in the recent cabinet, they have approved few companies related to semiconductors. And one of the company I would like to mention, one of the companies, we have given all the incentives. We have given the land. And they made an application. Ultimately, after the cabinet meeting is over, we found that company in different parts of India.
Which one?
That was too disheartening.
Which part of India it went to?
That is our erstwhile Andhra Pradesh.
Oh, okay.
So this, that clearly reflects. I mean to say, when the ecosystem which is already been built over the period of 3 to 4 decades, which has a strong, vibrant energies over there, which has a great talent in terms of this semiconductor fab. If these states are being encouraged, tomorrow we can become the global leaders. If we have to become the global leaders, if India as such has to become the global leaders in terms of semiconductors, if we see now the Taiwan, even though it's a small country, where they have initially concentrated on this technology, and they have become the leaders. And tomorrow, the impetus has to be given where there is a talent, where there is a great ecosystem available, then you can become the global leaders. Until unless we view in that, we can't become the global leaders.
Well, you have registered your views strongly, and I'm sure the central government will listen to what you have to say. But let's move to another area, which is, since you also wear the hat of industries and commerce, what are you doing for creating employment? That is one of the biggest issues in this thing. And how you, particularly Telangana, has to make that switch from agriculture to manufacturing. What are you trying to do for entrepreneurs in Telangana to encourage them?
Yes, one is, I lead both in terms of technology where nobody can ignore. One is embracing and integrating technology into all spheres of life, even from governance to all streams of industry and to the common man regimen. But at the same time, on industrial side, I do remember my leader all the time keep saying, Rahul Gandhi, when during COVID time, he made specific in regarding to MSMEs, micro, small, medium enterprises. If they are not being given strong impetus and encouragement from the government, it is the people who get suffered. The majority of the employment comes from this MSME sector.
And so what are you all doing about it?
So after we formed the government, because for the past 10 years, there was no MSME policy as such. To order to promote and to give incentives to encourage MSMEs, we have come up with a new MSME policy. This MSME policy have given lots of incentives and lots of encouragement in terms of land, in terms of power subsidy, in terms of the financial subsidy.
Can we just drill down in terms of land? What is the difference you're bringing out?
Yeah, earlier the land, our infrastructure corporation used to sell them.
Sell them.
Yes.
Right.
The hard-earned money or the capital for the micro, small, medium will be not much. They infuse everything into their capital into buying of the land or trying to prepare the project reports and all. Ultimately, they would have been left with no money for the product which they would have thought of building it. So now we just thought of looking it in a different way. We have come up with a lease model, leasing.
Interesting.
And that leasing model will help the small, medium, and the micro entrepreneurs to exist and coexist in this, major stream of industry.
So lease is a good idea. What are you doing on capital and infrastructure?
In terms of the capital, all the financial institutions are there. We are trying to have a meeting with those people. Many meetings are over, and we are trying to encourage these financial institutions also to give maximum loan extent what is possible depending upon their project and handhold them. Government will handhold them in times to come. And
how many such industries you're going to, when you say, what is the numbers we're looking at that you have targeted and said you'll provide employment for?
Micro industries. First of all, the focus is, our women groups are so strong over there. Mm-hmm. We have self-help groups. And we have given about 21,000 crores in the last year through the financial institutions. So these are all women, mostly women. We are trying to see that to have the MSME enterprises in any industrial enterprise, parks, we would be giving, 1/4 of the park to the women entrepreneurs for the micro, small, and the medium entrepreneurs. That is one sector where inclusivity will be there. This goes the inclusiveness of our government. And the second thing is the young people, the youth who got education, who have got graduation, who have, something very creative in their thinking, wants to do something. We are trying to give, coming up with a program, Rajiv Yoshak. So this will always give them solid, trust in themselves itself that the government is going to give some sort of a support and handholding for them. So this is how we are trying to concentrate. One is women, one is young, and also the people who would like to do something great.
a lot of schemes for the people, poor and needy. So how are you meeting that, and where's your budget to meet all your growth things?
You're very right question, Mr. Raja. And in fact, I would love to share a few details. You know, from independence till 2014, all these long years, that was a composite state of Andhra Pradesh. The debt was 60,000 crores.
60,000, okay.
60,000 crores. Now, from 2014 till now, it is almost 7 lakh crores.
10 times more.
10 years, we borrowed left, right, and center from different financial institutions at the highest interest rates. And thus, as a legacy, it has fallen on our head. So we can't shed away with that debt and move forward. It's a continuous process. The governance is a continuous process. And although it's a big, heavy burden on us, almost we pay about 6,000 odd crores every month as a principal and interest to different financial institutions. But still, we have a responsibility. What we have promised to our people, all the welfare schemes. We are trying to implement all the welfare schemes on one end and also to clear off the debts. And we are trying to find a way wherein the interest which we have got, earlier regime have got in for 11%, trying to bring it down so that will be the saving for us, and also to raise the revenues from our own state. So this will, over a period of a year or a year and a half time, with prudence, we would love to do the financial management of the state and move along. We will deliver all the welfare schemes what we promised to the people, and at the same time see that whatever is been there before 2014, the revenue surplus was there. Now we are in a deficit state. At least we have to zero in that and move forward. And we are making all the plans, and we are working on it very tirelessly, and see that the state, Telangana, is very progressive and productive state. And we will make it, and our promise to the people, we will see that it grows.
Well, we hope you'll succeed. You got 18 seconds, and we need more than that. I want to talk to you about the Trump tariffs, the 50% tariff that has been imposed on India. How badly is Telangana hit by it? Which areas have been hit?
Your textile area is most affected, and more other things are affected. Basically, we have so much of exports going on from our state. Textile as such is most affected right now, where we have so many weavers, and in the process of last mile connectivity, all the people are affected. So it's now the right time for the central government and also the state governments to take it as a challenge and see that the future generations are not dictated by
what do you want
countries.
The central government to do on this?
They have to give us, all these sectors where it is being affected, some sort of a policy imperatives has to come forward, in terms of handholding all these industries to move to the next level, and to see that some policy, the new policies which has to come to encourage the income levels to grow up, and the spending capacity of the huge populous country people could afford to buy the items here itself. So this is how it has to be looked at. And once more, we are not bowed away. And we also believe, because we are all under one nation, whatever the central government takes the stance, we are for it. And we would have to fight for it. This is a challenge for our nation. And we have to take this challenge and move forward to show a way for the future generation.
We're completely out of time, but you have, in these 25 minutes, enunciated not only your industrial policy, You looked at the IT sector. You've talked about the problems of semiconductors. You've talked of the problem of the textile and the other problems there and demanded attention on that. And you've talked of the state finances. This has been a great sweep. Sridhar Babu, for taking time out. Thank you very much from India Today Conclave. Let's give him a very, very warm round of applause.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.